It's like we got Mario and Luigi enforcing tonight.
Zadorov starts with a couple right. Struble back with one. With these two come back.
Montreal Canadiens are on a 2-game losing streak. They're facing their old rivals, the Boston Bruins, tonight, and they're down a few guys. Jared Davidson has been called up from the Laval Rocket. And while you're hoping that he could be a difference maker, he's probably just going to, find his legs. But did he ever find his legs quickly? Even at that, will it be enough for the Montreal Canadiens to beat the Boston Bruins tonight? Let's talk about it.
And Slafkovsky's got the hot hand right now on the PP.
Montreal Canadiens had a hot start. They found their way to 10 wins pretty quickly, but they stopped there. Now we get word that Alex Newhook is going to be out for 4 months. Caden Gooley, he's not coming back soon like we were hoping. It's going to be more like 8 to 10 weeks. Is that what they said? But needless to say, if they need to find some extra fire, it's not going to come from Gooley. There's already a lot of criticism around Joe Veleno, and you're hoping that Jared Davidson coming up could at least stabilize what is happening right now in the Habs lineup. Nick Suzuki is looking like he's playing injured. Lane Hudson seems to have finally hit the sophomore slump. Ivan Demidov, although showing lots of promise, isn't always a visible presence on the ice. And in the recent games, Cole Caufield has run dry. So you're hoping that the locker room feels this. They're going to feel some sort of urgency. They're going to dig deep and everybody's going to start firing on all cylinders in order to beat the Boston Bruins tonight. But can they do it? Let's get into the recap, but we got to do something first. On commence avec la formation de départ. And it's going to be a little bit more interesting tonight because there are some changes. Nos attaquants, our forwards. We got Caufield, Suzuki, Slav, Doc, Kapanen, and Demidov. That's an interesting one. You're hoping that there's already some built-in chemistry there. And Doc has been playing really good. He has. Why are you looking at me like that? He's hard on the forecheck. He is defensively reliable. He knows what he needs to do. It's whether or not he puts himself in the position where he can do it. And I mean, he's blocking shot. He's doing all the right things. Just please stay healthy. Line 3, Bolduc, Evans, and Anderson. We've seen that before. And then finally, Davidson, Veleno, and Gallagher. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, that one's a little scary, isn't it? Who is reliable defensively here? Well, I don't watch a whole lot of Rocket gameplay, but I am told that Davidson actually is a very reliable defenseman. A defensive forward, I mean. Eleno has hiccups, huge hiccups. And then Gallagher's a warrior. You hope he's not on the ice for an extended period of time, because then you can start to see some slop. Yeah, I mean, even now talking about it, it's still a scary looking line, but spoilers, it ended up working out pretty good. No défenseur, our defensemen, Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Xhekaj, and Carrier. And no gardien, our goaltenders. Montembeault is starting in net with Dobesh backing up. So get your smelling salts and let's drop the puck here. Right off the draw. Struble and Zadorov are going to throw down their gloves. This is actually a great tilt. I was super worried for Struble, but he holds his own against Zadorov, who certainly has the size advantage and definitely has the experience over Struble. So good on Struble for this one. Stick taps all around. Yeah, they must have brokered this deal in the warm-ups because they weren't even lined up against each other. Those two go off to the box, and very next play, Pasta. Hard drive to the net with Caufield in tow. Montembeault leaves up a huge rebound. Pasta gets a hold of it again and luckily can't find the net, but does draw a penalty. Habs kill that penalty off, and they're going to do a lot of penalty killing. I'll actually say this right off the bat. There were 23 penalties tonight, 10 for Montreal, 13 for Boston. That was definitely a storyline in this game. We now see Bolduc lay a big hit on Jeannot, who goes into the bench, and then the puck rounds the corner. Gallagher lays someone out as well. Jeannot makes his way back into the play, finds a dance partner in Arber Xhekaj, and this is a fight that's happened a couple of times already. They fought twice before. Arber won once, Jeannot won the next time, and Jeannot wins this time, although Arber was at the end of his shift here. Not much of a fight. Expect to see more from these two. Now we see Suzuki put one off the post and maybe crossbar as well, and it doesn't go in. Who's going to strike first? Well, it's Boston.
High, Zadorov gets it down low. Pastrnak for Khusnutdinov scores! scores.
Khusnutdinov making it 1-0. Montembeault here completely overcommitted to Pasta, out of his crease and everything. Matheson and Dobson not doing really anything to stop Khusnutdinov, but I mean, Montembeault, come on. You're going to guard your net, be by your net. Some back and forth play. Canadiens hanging in there. Boston putting more shots on goal, and Boston draws a penalty. Jake Evans is going to do what he is apt to do from time to time.
Arvidsson can't get to it. Here come the Canadiens short-handed. Evans with Matheson. Evans shoots. Score!
Short-handed goal by Evans, 1-1. So on this Dobson penalty, they go on the penalty kill, and the short-handed king Evans makes Boston pay. Take that for going on the power play. You're really hoping for another bounce back game by Montembeault, and you see him here stealing one back from the Bruins. You have to give him credit on this one. Now Kastelik thinks he's found his dance partner in Josh Anderson, but Josh Anderson says no. Kastelik's going to go to the box. You got to make sure that you found your dance partner, man. And why would Anderson want this? Anderson is an important player to the team, especially on the penalty kill, and Kastelik is Kastelik. Now on the power play, Caufield gains zone and draws a penalty. So now it's going to be a 5-on-3. Was it still a good idea to drop the gloves with Anderson, Kastelik? Now on the power play, Kastelik maybe isn't going to lose any sleep tonight because they can't find the dagger on the 5-on-3. Canadiens don't do anything important at all, actually, on this 5-on-3. It looks pretty embarrassing. Now back to 5-on-5, Slav takes a big hit to make a play, but Bolduc can't bury it. So that's going to be the first one done. 1-1 is the score. Second period starts, and Boston's going to strike again.
Really good game thus far.
Lohrei scores.
Mason Lohrei puts it in. A real muffin finds its way past Montembeault. I mean, what do you say about this? He could have been better positioned, definitely more prepared for this. It's a stinker. There's no two ways about it. So continue talking about the goaltender situation in Montreal. But it's going to come to an end. It's going to come to an end soon. Now, Doc, continuing to do good work, draws a penalty after really quarterbacking some prolonged zone time. Before the play is drawn dead, Struble with a huge opportunity, but can't find his shot. Now on the power play, another penalty with a minute 50 seconds left on that first penalty. A big 5-on-3. If they can't capitalize on this second 5-on-3 of the game, I don't know. The power play needs a huge rework or something. The problem here is they're not shooting. It's very difficult. I don't know if you knew this. It's very difficult to get a goal if you don't shoot the puck toward the net. This is actually some of the most aggravating stuff to watch. They're just moving the puck around, taking their time, watching the clock drain. So the Bruins kill another 5-on-3. It's unbelievable. But after they kill the 5-on-3, Lindholm takes a terrible interference penalty. The Habs are going back on the power play. On that power play, no big opportunities again. Dobson here, I think, loads up at the point, and McAvoy gets a puck right in the mouth. This is brutal. To me here, it looks like his jaw is probably broken. He leaves the ice with his mouth agape, holding, his jaw with a towel and a glove. Doesn't look good. Watching the slow motion, you can see, I hope it's his mouth guard, but I think it's his teeth flying out of his head. So we resume the power play. Nothing much happening here. Penalty is over, but Doc puts one in front. Unfortunately, Gallagher can't find good wood. Montreal had put on some good pressure. They were looking like they wanted to come back, but Boston is doing work in the Montreal end, and they're going to make it 3-1.
Back down to Geekie, up high for Lindholm. Now played for Pastrnak. Zacha centered, scores.
Arvidsson. Carrier was watching Zacha here. He could have been more of a pest on Zacha, I guess, but Zacha gets the puck to Arvidsson. Matheson, he can't react fast enough here to get on Arvidsson, who is in the slot, and he puts it past Montembeault. Matheson is already preoccupied watching his guy on the circle. Davidson, who I talked about earlier, has been great this game, and he gets a nice tip here in front of Swayman, who's very lucky to find this one. This could have been Davidson's first goal. Now we have some offsetting penalties, so it's 4-on-4 hockey, and this happens.
It's got a long feed ahead. Suzuki to Caufield. Scores!
Caufield makes it 3-2. Struble with a beautiful heads-up play here, putting the puck all the way to Suzuki at the blue line, who finds Caufield in the middle, and boom goes the dynamite. Period 2 comes to an end, but the Canadiens are pressing, and you're a little bit hopeful. We return, kick off the third period. A cool stat, Caufield and Pastrnak are tied for the most Saturday night goals since, I don't know, what is it? I don't know, I don't have it right in front of me. So that's a fun coincidence. Also wanted to highlight this. The puck goes over the glass earlier in the third period, almost hits Madame Beliveau, but the couple who snag it give it to the young boy right next to Madame Beliveau. Nice little moment. The Habs are on the power play again, and just look at the amazing pass work that they're doing. Not really interested in shooting, but their passing is incredible. Now Struble's going to catch Geeky's visor, so he's headed to the box. Did Geeky really have to embellish it this much? It's getting pathetic here. Sorry to complain, but I know the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I just wish they didn't have to act like they were shot by a sniper rifle every time a stick grazes their ear or something. After the commercial break, they're talking about Davidson and talking about how great of a night he had. How many shots did this kid get? 4 shots on the night. What if one of those goes in? We're suddenly seeing a lot more of Davidson, I feel. But even still, I feel like after tonight, this is definitely not the last time we see Davidson, obviously. The minute 44 left to go, they pull Montembeault to try to get something happening in the other end. They keep the puck in, they get some chances. Some dangerous looking chances, but can't find the back of Swayman. They load up on shots here. I think they end with 30 shots on goal. A really good effort, but Boston takes it 3-2 in the end. That's okay. It's okay. You don't want them to lose, obviously. But what was good and what puts my mind at ease here is they fought to come back. And Boston didn't look like slouches. They were pretty sound defensively, and the times that Matheson had to make a clutch defensive move on Pastrnak or whoever entering the zone, they played with grit. They played like they really wanted it, but to his credit, I hate saying this because I don't like him as a player, to Swayman's credit, he played a good game. He made some really clutch saves. Who was good tonight? Who was bad? I think everybody was pretty good. Nick Suzuki is Nick Suzuki, but if he was just 5 to 10% better, he's definitely not himself fully. He's still important to the team. He can still do things that are helpful to the team, but he's playing injured. It might be a groin thing, like I said last, I don't know. But he's not tough on his guys. He's not as tight on his edges. It's got to be a lower body thing. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Lane Hudson hasn't been the impact player that you would hope that he would continue to be. Slav was good tonight. He filled in places that Suzuki and Caufield couldn't. But that first line, man, Cole did get that goal. That was on a rush play, and it was a lot of smart heads up play by Struble to put it ahead to Suzuki at the line, and Suzuki to find Caufield. So in a way, it was those three's effort, but Caufield really sewed it up. There were times that I was kind of yelling at Carrier. I think that he could be stronger on his opponents. Xhekaj was doing really good work in getting his body involved in front of his opponents and winning puck battles. How many minutes did he have tonight? To me, he looked good. There was a lot of special team time. He spent over 10 minutes on the ice, and considering how much special team time there were, I think that's good. I think that's probably 15 minutes on a normal night, because if you look at Struble, who was paramount in that Caufield goal, he only got 12 minutes and he was playing, with Hudson. Davidson ended the night with 7 minutes. I would have liked to have seen something creative with putting him on a different line just for 1 or 2 shifts, because he was really showing that he knew where he had to be. He knew what he had to do. There was one time that he could have prolonged play a little bit if he would have found the gap, but really no notes. I'm really impressed with Davidson's night tonight, and that's why I highlighted it so much. They will find a win, and they're playing Columbus next, who they typically play pretty good against, except when Lohrei is in the lineup and gets beat up a little bit too much by his former team for things that he's said about them. But I know, it's 3 losses. It feels bad, but it's gonna turn around. This is a young, resilient team. Just got some news today about potential whispers, and if it's true, then the word has already gotten to Caufield that it's looking like another Team USA snub. which I'm disappointed for Caufield, but as a Canadian and wanting the Canadiens to win, it makes it a lot easier to see the Canadiens beat the United States. If Caufield isn't in the lineup, I'll be honest. Also, feels good not to have to play against Caufield, since if he's playing in the Olympics, he's going to put up some clutch goals. Have fun posting Matthew Tkachuk up against the side of the net or whatever that you're going to do. I'm sure he'll really provide the game-changing play that you'll need compared to Caufield. Anyway, it's late. I should put this video together and get to sleep. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Things are going to turn around, guys. Do not worry about it at all. Still in good position, second in the Atlantic, behind Boston, of course. It's just don't need to panic. You know what to do. Hit that like button. It helps me out with, search results probably. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.